data in your training examples in the large language model, then it won't generate any meaningful results associated with the problem that you're dealing with. And obviously, it's very important to understand the workflows around it and how to seamlessly integrate with the workflow or the scenarios you are tackling. And obviously, oftentimes we talk about the AI models. There was one very, very good feedback that I heard is that your best model is your business model, right? So how to develop useful and impactful product to businesses, to consumers, that's the most important capabilities that many of the product managers and leaders, even AI talent, want to be equipped with. And last, but the most important is efficient computing, right? Computation. If we think of how many steps in the above simple examples we have already taken, each of this step, even if you have a tiny model, it can take seconds, right? So that is why we have been really collaborating with NVIDIA and Google to combine the advancement of hardware optimization as well as cloud scalability, and of course the algorithm advancement, so that we can come up with real-time, human-like type of interaction. Here is a simple example that we have successfully managed to make it work in the real scenario. Here I want to show this so that there might be more creative ideas to use different AI agents in the real world scenario. So, yeah, so basically this is a wearable, smart wearable company that they produce watches and ring wearables. So here is an AI agent that is powered by multi-model Gen AI framework that for the first time you can unify different kind of roles in the customer experience. You can consider, in the past, when the consumer comes to the website, they might want to find something that is relevant to their personal needs. But in reality, all those websites, they are defined by product metrics instead of your personal needs, right? So if there is a super intelligent AI agent which can help people to understand their needs and translate that into product metrics and communicate that with the consumers, that will be dramatically helpful for recommendation and for the business to build a connection with the customers as well. And similarly, since these agents already have good understanding about the product, suppose you already purchased the product and you are using it at home, then there could be a lot of challenges. How do I use this feature and how to turn it on? Oftentimes, you need to refer your full stack of manuals in some shoebox in order to find how to use it, right? Suppose if there is a companion for you to use it more smoothly, then AI brings more value than in the past how we are handling it in a traditional fashion, right? In addition to that, when there is a problem, you want to how to triage it or how to use it before you get super upset and calling a human agent. I think all these kind of roles AI can assume, right? So this has been featured by Google and NVIDIA just this week to show what could be possible in AI agent capabilities. So, for example, here we can say, hey, you can talk to, but can you recommend
So for all the smart device we plan to buy, in future we can all have this AI to recommend us.
Totally.
So the AI need to know my personal habit, right?
Yes. In this case, for example, for can you recommend me a watch for my mom? So, and you can immediately see it will try to reason and understand. In this case, since this is for a mom, the reasoning, hey, either this is for health tracking or fashionable design or long battery life. So suppose I choose long battery life, then it will again take all the multiple steps and come up with, hey, there is 40 days of battery life that might be suitable for you, and more important, it can show you and also take action, help you take action on this. For example, to add cart, etc. Right? So you can ask a different question and say, hey, some watch to make me look tough. And immediately you can see the recommendation or the reasoning for the next step would be different. For mom, you might care about, hey, that's a convenience of use, then long battery life, right? For this, you can say, hey, this might be a rugged design you need or military grade durability. So that's, for example, here, you can see the recommendation would be very different. The look and feel will be very different as well, right? So basically, this is a quick example to show what is possible with AI agents. Definitely, I expect that there will be even more innovations in the field that will come to every aspect of our life. Suppose we can use this in the scenario for senior companion, in the case of how to operate and automate robots. It's from the software perspective, many of these can be extended into such capability. So yeah, that is a quick introduction, and from the high-level theoretical perspective to the practical demos and some of the real-world use cases to show everyone. And
So all this, the demo you showed are already in production, right?
that's on
Yeah,
the
that's
website
on-
that I
okay.
showed, and that is why Google has showed that in their website as well. Yeah. Any question related to the field or applications that you have seen and you have wonders whether how that worked and how to make it work?
It looks like a little bit like Perplexity, right? Initially, when Perplexity come out, people say, "Oh, it looks very simple," but actually, it's very useful. Nowadays, I use Perplexity most of the time because it gives me a lot of choices, right? Because sometimes when I was searching for something, I didn't really know. What are the information I care about? So Perplexity gave me options.
It's a good product design, and obviously, there could be a lot more agentic framework for different kind of applications. I think in their case, it's a relatively straightforward type of probably embedding RAG plus some of the foundation model capabilities. Yeah.
On configure and quote,
Mm-hmm.
do you see agent AI being the best kind of leading solution for that type of interface on customer experience? You mentioned that.
Configuration and
Yeah, so
hmm.
like going to market with a configurable product,
Right. Yeah.
kind of a guided sell with
Mhm.
the customer
Mm-hmm.
versus, is that a pretty, is that a already existing field, or is that?
That's a very good question. I can share a little bit in the AI 1.0 what has happened in the last generation of how everything happened. In fact, at my Google time, we have a product called Contact Center AI, which is essentially a combination of so many different machine learning functions, like entity detection and sentiment analysis, speech to text, text to speech, and voice. Yeah, as I mentioned, voice synthesize, etc., etc. Nowadays, many of these functions can be united unified by large language model. But at that time, it is a lot of efforts coming up with workflow, defining different kind of rules,